happen eventually.
So nice. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Smooth Monday. Maybe not. I don't know. It's the beginning of a Rolling Stones song, you know. Maybe Shelter. That's Garrett Cole's new, old warm-up music. Whichever it is. I mean, I did a little reading onto it. I almost went down a rabbit hole and I stopped myself.
Oh, I couldn't hear what you said.
Oh, it was just it was a little rabbit hole story to Garrett Cole with the song. Apparently, this was his warm-up song with Houston, and he brought it back recently. I don't know, changed it up.
I feel like he shouldn't have. Nobody wants to be reminded of his days in Houston.
Well, only if you fell down the rabbit hole that I almost fell into that you would know that. Otherwise, you wouldn't give a shit. Like, it's a cool Stones song, but whatever. But what is up, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of the Empire 161 Show, Season 7, Episode 11. It's our 7-11 episode.
7-11.
Should have got, like, taquitos or something. I had it for the first time the other day. I never had a taquito from 7-11.
Really?
Yes, Angie put me on to it because we were, like, in a pinch.
Mm-hmm.
And we needed, like, something quick. Put a little Cholula in there. Wasn't bad. Might not be the last. We'll see. Yeah, thanks for joining us as always. If you joined us on your Facebook live stream, if you're joining us on YouTube, or wherever you found your audio on the podcast, we always appreciate your support. I am Ed, and with me as always is Lisa. Lisa, besides taquitos and the Rolling Stones and rabbit holes, what's up? What's going on?
That's all you.
Yes.
How you doing, everybody? Welcome to another conversation about the Yankees. We're going to be talking about. So we covered Game 1 of the Yankee series versus the Royals last episode. This episode, we're going to talk about the other two games, which we swept them. So that was awesome. And there was a franchise record during that series that we'll cover. And then we'll also talk about the Yankees versus the A's. And they won that series 2-1. And there was also another crazy, I don't know if it was a record, but there was something that happened in one of their games that was intriguing. And Eddie, I know when we get to the A's, I also want to talk about how one of their uniforms one day said Sacramento.
Yes,
which
they actually
was very interesting to me. And congratulations to Ahmed Rosario because he was on paternity leave. He had he didn't. Somebody else had a baby.
Not physically, but you know.
He helped create.
Indirectly, yes. I mean, I think I mean, traditionally, I'm sure he
played a part.
Yeah, you know, but without getting into the biology of humans, but yes, he did have something to do with it at some point.
I feel like there have been several guys from the team that had babies this year, right? I feel like Jose Caballero,
Ryan Weathers,
and Ryan Weathers. I think Jose Caballero was out, right? Am I wrong? Definitely Ryan Weathers because we talked about that.
Yeah, I'm not sure about Caballero.
I feel like somebody was out for a little while, another person besides Ryan Weathers. But anyway.
Well, I think Weathers was, that was pretty, well, for starting pitcher, it's probably easier because you only get a max amount of 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
Major League Baseball. So if you just make your start and then you leave, I mean, you're not going to miss any time. You actually,
right.
You're back in plenty of time. So, yeah, it's almost like they never left. And actually, the Yankees were smart about that. They added a relief pitcher because, hey, you might as well add an extra arm, right? Like, well, you can for free.
Yep.
So, yeah, and we probably shouldn't have, but I guess maybe we'll touch on it briefly at some point. I don't want to get into the minutia of it too much, but there was exchanges in the Major League Baseball and labor negotiation stuff that whatever. It's kind of meaningless because like these are the initial, stuff that got leaked out, and it doesn't mean anything because who the hell knows what it's going to be like. But it was just a quick reminder to be like that's unfortunately looming down the line. Like I don't want to think about it now. I want to enjoy this season, and then when that happens, we hope for the best in December. But it was just a reminder. But I mean, who knows? One wants a salary cap, one doesn't. We already knew that. So
I mean, isn't that like always the argument?
Yeah, that was what shut things down in '94. So I mean, it's not like this isn't anything new. So I guess maybe down the line we can get into more of it when we actually know like real things, right? Because this is like pie in the sky in any negotiation. Me and you were negotiating something. We're going to shoot out random stuff probably to start off with, and then all right, let's cut the BS and get down to what do we actually think is realistic or not. So all right, so let's get into our recap. As Lisa had mentioned, we did knock out the first game of the Royals series, and then the Yankees pretty much knocked out the Royals in Game 2 by a final of 15-1. Cam Schlittler did make the start. He got his 7th win of the season. His record 7-2. 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run, no walks, and 6 Ks. So another impressive line by Cam Schlittler, who didn't really have his best stuff, but hey, his best stuff is better than most on most nights right now. Ryan Yarbrough picks up his first save of the season in the rare 3-inning blowout save spot, which is the other way to get a save. So hey, he eats up 3 innings, right? Saves the bullpen.
Yep.
I mean, pretty good, man. So Cody Bellinger 2 for 5 with his 8th homer of the year, 3 RBIs and a run scored. As you mentioned, Ahmed Rosario, but he went out with a bang. 4 for 6 with 2 home runs on the night, giving him 6 on the year, 4 RBIs, 3 runs scored. Ben Rice, 3 for 5. A ribby, 3 runs scored, a walk, and a double. Trent Grisham, 3 for 7. You're having a damn good offensive night when you get 7 at-bats in the same game.
Seriously.
7th home run of the year, 2 RBIs, a run scored, and Anthony Volpe getting in the mix with his first homer of the year. He was 3 for 6 with 2 RBIs and 3 runs scored of his own. So, yeah, this one was what we talked about, right? To end the last show, we were saying how the Royals were going to end up with a bullpen game, and it was going to be a bullpen game, but then it turned into, hey, you need to save the bullpen and just take this one on the chin game. And they left him in a lot longer because that's kind of what happens when you wave the white flag. So we got to see a position player pitch in this game eventually. So it was that. Yeah, just easy peasy, lemon squeezy night for the New York Yankees on this one. You got anything further on this one here?
I do. So the stat was, it was the first time in franchise history that the Yankees had all 9 starters with 2 or more hits in the game. So that was a first. And I just want to really quickly look at I feel like one person didn't get a hit in the game. And I didn't.
Was it Jazz? I think it was Jazz.
No, he went 2 for 5.
You sure?
Yeah, I have the line. I have everybody.
I really thought it was Jazz.
I think that was in the other game, the other big game.
Okay.
I do have a random stat about Bobby Witt Jr. When he hit his home run in the 3rd inning, he's hit all 9 of his home runs since April 26th, which is tied for the 4th most in Major League Baseball during that span of time.
He's a damn good player.
Yeah.
It was
he hit
so
9 home runs in a month.
It was a lot of that was one of the unique experiences with the WBC is again he was on team. He was the Team USA shortstop. So
yeah,
I actually got to genuinely cheer for Bobby Witt Jr. Along with Aaron Judge and Goldschmidt and our guys. So yeah.
And my last stat is about Cam Schlittler. It's actually a couple combined in. No, it's only one. Sorry, excuse me. His 1.50 ERA is the 2nd lowest by a Yankee in their first 12 starts of a season since earned runs became an official stat in 1913. I'm not going to ask you to guess who the other person was because it was in 1914. Caldwell, excuse me, had a 1.46 ERA in 1914. I'm
Wow.
sure you know all about him.
Yeah, I'm a big Caldwell fan. I was considering getting his jersey at one point, but
You should have, yeah.
well, there's still time. Yeah, so I feel like with a lot of Cam Littler stats we're getting, there's a lot of like things he's doing for the first time since like almost like they were the Highlanders. Like that's what it kind of feels like what we're getting here, which is pretty awesome.
Yep.
All right. Well, the Yanks did complete the sweep the following night by a final of 7-0. So another fairly non-competitive game here, which when it's going our way, I'll take it every time. Garrett Cole, though, he was the story on the night. Picked up his first win of the year. His record's now 1-0, 6 2/3, 4 hits, no earned runs, no walks, and 10 strikeouts. So 2 nights in a row, Yankee starters, no walks. So pretty damn good there. Ryan McMahon, 2 for 4 with his 5th home run of the year. 2 RBIs and 2 runs scored. And he pulled this home run. Like, that was astonishing. I was shocked when I saw that. I'm like, I didn't even know you had that in you. But I can't remember the last time he pulled a home run. I really don't. I mean, I'm going to go off the top of my head and say it was probably the home run he hit against the Jays in the division series. I don't think it's happened once this season. And I definitely want to look into that and get back to that next week because I am curious to see if I'm right on that off the top of my head. I know. No one else will give a shit less about it, but I am going to just go with this now. Ben Rice, 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs, a walk, run scored, and his first triple of the week.
Of the week.
And the season. He did have another one. Paul Goldschmidt, 2 for 4 with a ribby, walk, and a run scored. So the Yanks doing what they do against Kansas City. That's win. And usually win handily at that. You got anything further on this one?
Yep, just a quick thing about Garrett Cole. So he now has 28 games with 10 plus strikeouts with the Yankees, and that is the most in club history.
Garrett Cole, it will be interesting to see when he's done if they consider 45. It would be interesting. Not that they need any more retired numbers, because they really don't. But
they really don't.
I'm just curious because I was on the fence with I was wondering if CC. I mean, we already know 99's retired. Like that's already given. But CC, I'm so happy that it's happening. I just wasn't 100% sure. But Cole will be interesting to see if that's how it goes.
He was on the Astros when that happened, right?
He was on the 2019 Astros. Okay. So not the cheating scandal, the alleged cheating scandal, the buzzer one. It wasn't
alleged.
The buzzer one. The one that was somehow not found out to be true, besides somebody named Jose Altuve begging everyone not to rip off his jersey after he hits a big home run so awkwardly. And then claims
exposed, whatever.
Oh, and also because he was supposedly had an unfinished tattoo, which ironically he hit another big home run against the Yankees the next season. Unfortunately, rip off my jersey; it's no problem. No tattoo to be found. So I'm just saying, bizarre, a little bizarre there. But yeah, I think this was also the Yankees' 13th win in a row against the Royals. Straight, including the postseason. I mean, this is knock on wood, I don't want to jinx it, but this is almost like Minnesota Twins level ownage over them. It's the Yankees, their all-time record against Minnesota is bonkers about how lopsided it is. Hoping that continues in September. Well, actually, also, they played the sooner as well. Yes. Both times. So the Yanks, though, would go ahead and make their way to the Nomad A's in Sacramento, as we had mentioned, on Friday night, would kick off that series with an 8-2 win. Carlos Rodon with a much better start here. Picked up his first win of the year. His record's now 1-2. 6 innings, 4 hits, earned run, 2 walks, 3 Ks. Ben Rice had himself a hell of a night, 4 for 5 with his 17th homer of the year, driving in two runs scored, and 2 doubles. Paul Goldschmidt, 1 for 5 with his 6th homer of the year, 3 ribbies, 1 scored. Aaron Judge, 1 for 4 with 2 RBIs and a run scored. I feel like this week is definitely left in not a lot of Aaron Judge talk about this
Not
week,
a lot of Aaron Judge talk.
which is rare for us, but it's all right. He will. I still want that. I'm waiting for that white hot streak to happen any day now. Trent Grisham, 2 for 5 with a run scored, and Jose Caballero, 2 for 4 with a run scored and a double. So the Yanks just keep on keeping on. And throughout the week, they did pick up a good amount of ground on the Rays. Now that Memorial Day has passed, we can start acknowledging the standings to an extent. Just acknowledge it. We don't have to get too bad. Acknowledge it. So. Anything further on the Friday night game?
Yep. So I know it's the other team, but we didn't mention that our former team member Luis Severino had to leave the game while he was doing his warm-up pitches in I think it was the 2nd inning, and it turns out that he had right arm soreness.
Yeah, never good.
Never good at all. Also, I have 2 other stats. Let me do Carlos Rodon first, and then I'll go to Ben Rice. Carlos Rodon threw the Yankees' 6th straight quality start, and it was also his longest outing of the season. Granted, it was only like 3 or 4 games for him, but it was the Yankees' 6th straight quality start. And Ben Rice, after hitting his solo home run to center field in the top of the 7th, he had a .654 slugging average, which is the top in Major League among qualified players, and his 1.047 OPS trails only Yordan Alvarez, and he has a 1.056. So even though Aaron Judge isn't hitting, I'm having a great old time watching Ben Rice.
Yeah, and I'm sure there'll be. Well, there's more Ben Rice. I can tell you.
There is more Ben Rice
about that. I know he was named AL Player of the Week, so I think
he was.
I would be very shocked if we went elsewhere, but you never know. So we'll see. All right, so the Yankees, though, would drop the second game of the series, which was really late night Yankees, because this was the 10:05 start, which, my God, this was
nonsense. Why does it have to be 10:05?
It really doesn't. The 9:40 on Friday was much more manageable.
So much more manageable.
The 10:05, and plus,
what happened?
Well, what happened, and also on top of that, personally, I was a zombie on Saturday, and it was this was tough. This was a tough one. I found ways to see what I needed to see from this game. Put it that way, and listen as well. It was
I listened to sleep for sure. After a while, I was like, I gotta go to sleep, dude. I got games tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, the set. Well, I mean, that's what again I'm saying. It was like back to back, and then it was early. Got up. It was crazy. But the Yanks did drop this one 6-4. Ryan Weathers took his 3rd loss of the season. His record's now 2-3. 6 2/3, 6 hits, 5 earned runs, 3 walks, and 10 strikeouts. I mean, honestly, he was pitching pretty well until like later on.
He was.
And then Nick Kurtz got him. Boone came out to look like he was going to take him out, and then Weathers kind of convinced him otherwise, and then the next pitch, 2-run homer, and that kind of pulled him away. But the A's tried their best to give this one away because they walked the bases loaded in the 9th.
They did.
They did.
They didn't just walk the bases loaded.
Yeah. It was.
They walked, and run. 3 runs.
It was nuts. It was nuts. Now, I admittedly was fading and battling here. And then I did see Jazz up with the bases loaded and 2 outs, down 6-4. Unfortunately not. I was like, this at-bat could potentially really wake me up right now. Not so much. And then I saw the out, and then I was like, all right, TV, you're done. And literally, I think in one motion, I was just like that, and it was over.
It was like your parting shot.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's it. You've been great. Good night. Ryan McMahon 2 for 4 with a run scored. Ben Rice was 1 for 3 with an RBI and 2 walks. So the Yanks would not go ahead and take that one on that evening. But well, actually, do you have anything on the Saturday game? I'm not saying
Just one brief thing about Ryan Weathers. He threw a career high 107 pitches, which surpassed his previous mark of 101 on April 9th and also on May 11th of this year. So, maybe you should stop at 101.
maybe 106.
Yeah, 106.
Maybe not that 106, that 107th pitch. Big deal. Big deal there. But the Yankees, though, had a very interesting afternoon yesterday as they hammered the A's by a final 13-8. This game was bizarre. I mean,
Yes.
really, really
Especially
bizarre.
because it shouldn't have been 13-8. It should have been 13 to, what was it, 5, 4?
Yeah, somewhere around there was more like it. But, yeah, so let's get to it. Will Warren picked up his 7th win of the year. His record's now 7-1, 6 innings, 6 hits, no earned runs, 3 walks, and 5 Ks. Now, the Yanks offense scored 13 runs in the 3rd inning. Okay? All their hits and all their runs came in the 3rd inning because the other 8 innings.
That was it.
No hit for 8 innings. So if you're told the team, if you said, hey, Lisa, if I said, hey, you didn't see the score, and I'm like, yeah, the Yanks got no hit for 8 innings, you'd be like, all right.
They lost.
They lost, obviously. That's
Yeah.
pretty difficult.
Yeah.
But yeah, they fell 1 run shy of tying the franchise record of 14 runs in 1 inning. In the inning, Ben Rice, 2 for 5. Not all the at-bats were in the inning, but 2 hits. 4 RBIs, a double and a triple. So I mentioned earlier, that's his 2nd triple of the week. 2 runs scored. Anthony Volpe, 2 for 4 with an RBI, 2 runs scored, and 2 stolen bases, giving him 4 on the season. The Yanks were down 3-0 going into this inning. The Yanks also had 3 unearned runs given up in this inning because of a Trent Grisham dropped fly ball in the 1st inning. So this game was completely off the rails. And then this happened, and they were up 13-3. And then a lot of our relievers with today off. Boone, I understand why he would want to go ahead and get them some work. But suddenly Tim Hill, Fernando Cruz, David Bednar, nobody knew how to pitch a 1-2-3 inning. It started getting smacked around all over the place until they finally decided to calm this one down. So a very bizarre ending to this series here. But nonetheless, another series win for the Yanks and completing a road trip of 5-1. So you definitely take it. But it was just a very weird up and down game. Like, this is not when you can just look at the box score and be like, yeah, I kind of got it. This is like, I don't know. If you saw it, it was just a very bizarre. It wasn't like the cleanest played game by any stretch of the imagination. And by the way, the Yankees, 13 runs with no homers. That's also unusual for them.
That is unusual.
So was there anything that was missed? Because I know there's a lot of stats and numbers and factoids around this game that have been floated around.
I mean, you said the biggest one that I had,
Okay.
But the other thing was that the Yankees are the first team to score 13 runs in, I don't remember if you said this, to score 13 runs in a game with all of their runs and hits coming in the same inning.
Yes, I did not cover that one. See, that was one of the ones.
Yeah.
I felt like there was a ton of stuff, and I was actually trying to look up Sarah Lang's right now, because I meant to take a screenshot of her stuff, because I feel like she had posted a bunch of stuff about this game. And whatever. I'm not going to go ahead and look for it. It's fine. There's plenty there. But, again, Yanks go ahead and closing in on the Rays for the best, top spot in the division and overall in the American League. All right, so...
Wait, so really quickly, because I mentioned it, like, what were your thoughts on the fact that they wore a jersey that was Sacramento?
Yes. I don't know. I mean, it is their home for 3 years, right? Like, if you're there, I guess. I don't know. It didn't bother me. It was fine. I mean, whatever.
It didn't bother me either. I just thought it was peculiar because that jersey is going to be obsolete after next year.
Yeah. Maybe a collector's item.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know.
I don't know if the Sacramento one will be. The Oakland A's one sure will be, but...
Oh, yeah. I mean... Yeah, it would be. Well, I'm assuming they'll probably wear these next year. I'm glad they kept it like the style, because I do like the style of those jerseys. The script and when it said Oakland, all that. Like those are usually pretty cool. I'm pretty sure Rick owns one. Ricky Henderson one.
That's a good one. Oh.
Yes, it's a random. It fits. So. Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was pretty cool. It was also interesting though that Major League Baseball was mentioned during the week too that Sacramento's one of the cities that's vying for one of the expansion teams because there's talk that there's going to be 2 expansion teams. So I guess they're liking what they're getting there. Obviously, they would need to cough up the money to build a new ballpark because that's not going to work there for any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah.
As we saw with the high skies and the facilities. Remember, I don't know if you saw, but like Judge and Will Warren running from the dugout in between innings through center field to get out. I think they were going to like the locker room or some shit like that.
Oh no, I didn't see that.
It was weird. It's just they were just illustrating how it's a minor league ballpark, and these are the wacky things that happen in these ballparks. Yeah, they would need it's. I don't know. It's also odd because you're like, all right, Sacramento has a team technically until next year, and then this team moves to Vegas. And then we're going to give you another team to start over, to start scratch with. You almost would imagine why wasn't there no discussions about them just staying in Sacramento?
Yeah, that is weird.
That just kind of like got bypassed. Like no one thought about that. Like, hey, you're going to stay there. Don't get too comfortable then.
Also, how many teams does California need to have? I mean, I know it's a big big state from north to south. Like I know it's very long, but like how many? Texas is huge, and it only has 2 teams as far as right? 2 teams.
Yeah.
Like why does California need so many teams?
If they're going to support all of them, I mean the Dodgers, the Angels, the
Padres,
the Giants,
the
A's still. Until
Sacramento's, whatever. It's just I don't know. I'm just curious why California has so many teams compared to all the other cities or states that teams are in.
I don't know.
Even Florida's a big state, and they only have 2 teams, correct?
Well,
the Marlins and the Rays.
Yeah, but they also don't really support those teams the way they should.
No, they don't.
They're lucky they didn't lose one of those teams already. I mean, it's still I think it's still on the table, right? I don't think it's official yet that the Rays aren't leaving because I was talking to TJ when he was up here about that, and apparently they still didn't sign off 100% on the new ballpark yet.
Oh,
so there's still like a threat that could happen. I don't know. And then the Marlins got this awesome ballpark down there, but no one shows up.
Oh, such a shame.
It is a shame. It's a pretty cool ballpark, honestly. It's a little quirky.
Well, you would also think with all of the people from the Latin American countries in the Caribbean that live in Miami, like baseball's major in Puerto Rico, DR, and Cuba. And that's a big population. Well, Puerto Rican and Cuban. I don't know how many Dominicans there are in Florida, but like that's a big population of Miami.
Well, they packed the house for the WBC. You've seen that. So it's not like there's no interest. I just think the Marlins also have a weird history because they've won 2 World Series in their existence, and they've tore down the team immediately after they've won. So if you're someone who's there and you're like into baseball and you're like, all right, I'm going to be a Marlins fan, it's kind of hard to get genuinely excited about the team because you're almost like, well, how long is this going to last before they tear it down again? Even if they win, like that's got to be that definitely had to do some damage to the fan base.
Sure. That
So,
makes sense.
Yeah, thankfully, we haven't had any of those issues in quite some time with teams leaving New York, but it's just it's hard to, I don't know. It's a complicated history. And the Rays, they apparently do good in TV ratings, but their attendance is awful. So that's where they're citing it's the ballpark. So when they get the new ballpark, you better fill it. I would imagine you really better fill it. I mean, I don't know what happens if you don't fill it, but you'd imagine it's not going to last that long. So, I feel like there was also something else. besides the uniforms. I don't know.
Were you gonna talk about the initial?
Oh well, yeah, we talked. I mean, without getting into the minutia of it, again, it's just first things exchanged. I'm just hoping this is just they can't flush. Baseball needs to make sure it doesn't hurt itself.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like they have so much momentum. The rule changes have spiked attendance, spiked TV ratings. Like they're heading in the right direction again. You know, like it's arguably gotten back past the NBA in popularity overall, but you are there. I mean, whatever. If no one's ever going to catch the NFL at this point, so you just accept that is what it is. But with baseball, like the WBC, the rule changes, all of this stuff, it's all like you're riding momentum now, and the only way to do it would be to hurt yourselves,
Mm-hmm.
and with a work stoppage, and you can't do it. You have to find a way. Both sides need to come together and be like, this is the worst possible thing. This is the only thing we can do to shoot ourselves in the foot. We can't allow ourselves to do it. That's all. Whatever. I'll get off my soapbox for a second because we got time later in the year to go off on that crap. All right, so awards. Top of the heap hitter of the week. I mean,
there's only one.
There's only one. So yeah, exactly. It's Ben Rice. I mean, right?
Yeah.
That's a given. He was, as I mentioned earlier, named AL Player of the Week. So I don't think either one of us really had the cojones to show up and say somebody else. I mean, we could have done the hey, Ben Rice is officially it, but let's play a fun game and pick whoever the hell else it was, which would be a bit more. But no, Ben Rice is done it. He's even got a new RotoWare shirt, which is pretty cool.
You didn't send it to me. Did you?
You did. You liked it on Facebook.
Oh.
I loved it. It's the Benny Barrels one.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Yeah, that thing is awesome.
Yeah, that is a good one.
If somebody didn't get the other Ben Rice shirt from RotoWare like 2 months ago, then they probably would have jumped on this one. But draw the line. I like both of them, though. They've done a nice job with the Ben Rice stuff. And Fanatics still doesn't have a regular Ben Rice name and number shirt.
It's just
stupid.
Get it together.
Yeah, Danny's been going nuts. He's been dying to get one.
Oh, tell him to get the Benny Barrels.
I'll see. I don't know. He does like RotoWare, so I wonder if he didn't get the other one. I'm sure he'll get this one. Like I said, I would have been all over it if I didn't get the other one.
Mm-hmm.
Some restraint, with some level, occasionally. But do you have the Ben Rice numbers ready, or do you want me to pull them up?
Yeah, I do. So his average for the week was a 545. He had an OPS of 1.660. He had 1 home run, 11 RBIs, 8 runs, 12 hits, 4 walks. His on-base percentage was a 615, and his slugging percentage was a 1.045. Good job, Ben Rice. Good job.
He's crushing it, thankfully, too, because Judge hasn't been quite Aaron Judge just yet. Yeah. So thankfully someone's being Aaron Judge, and it's Ben Rice.
Did you really quickly? Did you read that there were like fake AI posts of people claiming that he was on that he was on performance enhancing drugs?
No,
and they were going to put him on a 40-game suspension.
I did not see that.
So I saw it, and I was like, no. Like at first I was like, this got to be fake, but let me just check, because then if it's not, we obviously have to talk about it. But then I read it, I saw it was fake. Very happy that it was, because I would have been so disappointed if it wasn't, if it was real. But then like a couple days later, I heard on the news in the morning that there's like and we know this, there's like so many fake posts on Facebook, Instagram, X, all those things. And for some people it's hard to decipher, and they use the Ben Rice one as an example. And I was like, why would you do that to such a nice young man? Like he seems like such a sweet, unassuming young man, and you gotta talk trash about him? Like, why would you do that?
Whatever it is for clicks. It's all it's about. Clicks. Anything that they can do to clicks. Fake rage bait, whatever. All of it is just for clicks. That's
It's
it.
sad. It's sad.
It is sad. It's extremely sad.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. They just want to do shock value crap like
Yeah.
that. No, thankfully I did not see it. I seem to have a pretty good nose or an eye for like weaving around that kind of crap. Like if it's not reported universally by like ESPN, Fox Sports, like the main known things, like any sports story, I'm not buying anything.
Mm-hmm.
I also follow like a lot of the writers, so if I don't see John Heyman and Jeff Passan and all those guys mentioning it, then it's bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Joel Sherman, another awesome one. So, yeah, done.
Nope.
Exactly. See, Ozzy knows it's bullshit too. All right. So, King of the Hill pitcher of the week. This one should be interesting because I feel like there are many candidates.
Yeah.
We have some candidates. So, Lisa, who did you go with out of these candidates?
I am looking at you while I say it. I went with Garrett Cole.
Excellent choice. You can't go. You literally couldn't go wrong.
So I didn't go with him the other week when you picked him. I don't believe. Well, maybe we both had him. I can't remember. Obviously, I will not say who I think could have also been there because maybe you picked that person.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Cole's ERA for the week was a 0. 6.2 innings. Oh, well, we read his line, so I don't have to read it again.
So,
who did you pick?
This is a last second change because I feel like Cole and Cam were the front runners, right? And then we could say that most.
Mm-hmm.
I went with Will Warren.
Nice.
Yes, I went with Will Warren, and it's an interesting tidbit of why. His line was honestly not the amount of strikeouts, same amount of no earned runs, scattered 6 hits, 5 strikeouts. But it shouldn't be overlooked what he had to overcome by coming back into the inning.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to use air quotes with overcome because obviously if your team scores 13 runs to support your effort, you will overcome whatever the hell it is. But the fact that he had to go out to the bullpen and start throwing while they were hitting still, there is an element to that. Like, pitchers especially are very quirky, routine-based creatures.
Mm-hmm.
And for him to have to go, I don't recall ever seeing that before in my life.
Well, technically, if they were at Yankee Stadium, you wouldn't have noticed because there's a place for him to warm up very close to the dugout. So
exactly.
It's just because, as you pointed out, it's a college or a minor league ballpark.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, like, that shouldn't be overlooked of what he had to do to kind of get himself right and everything like that, get himself back in rhythm, and he did, because he still pitched 3 innings after that. Mm-hmm. So to me, that was where I decided to swing the advantage for the award of the week for Will Warren, because that is no joke, like what he had to do. So
yeah, there was a article about him that I didn't get to read. That he's like the Yankees' most underappreciated pitcher. Like, people sleep on him.
They do. He's really quietly having like an awesome season. No, the attention is going to go to Cam when he's back, Max Fried, Garrett Cole. Like, those are their like big 3-headed monster. But what Weathers and Warren are doing, and honestly, when Rodon gets himself like back on track, their rotation really is unbelievable.
Yeah,
not going to stays healthy. It really is, and shouldn't be overlooked by any stretch of the imagination. All right, so we do have a Yankees Guardians preview as the Yankees do kick off a homestand, and they welcome in the Central leading Cleveland Guardians right here. So who do we got coming up for the series?
All right, so for the first round of the series, and the second round is literally the week after, we have for game 1, Joey Cantillo or Cantillo. He's a left-handed pitcher, 4-2 record, 3.57 ERA, and 52 strikeouts. He'll be going up against Cam Schlittler. He's a righty with a 7-2 record, 1.50 ERA, and 81 strikeouts for the season. Game 2 does not get any easier. Gavin Williams will be going pitching for the Guardians. He's a righty, 8-3 record, 3.07 ERA, and 88 strikeouts. And he'll be up against my king of the hill for the week, Garrett Cole, a righty, 1-0 record, 0 ERA, and 12 strikeouts on the season. And then in game 3, Slade, I practiced it earlier, Ciccone.
I believe so.
Ciccone.
Eh,
It reminds me of Madonna's last name. It's
I
very.
believe it's Ciccone. I think it's Ciccone.
It's a very Italian last name. Ciccone, I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
He's a right. Sorry, Slade. I apologize. I can't pronounce your name. He's gonna be pitching for the Guardians. He's a righty, 3-5 record, 5.25 ERA, and 50 strikeouts for the season. And he'll be going up against Carlos Rodon. He's a lefty, a 1-2 record, 3.32 ERA, and 20 strikeouts for the season so far.
All right. So, yeah, and then the Yanks got the Red Sox coming in next weekend. So that's always fun. And hopefully the Yanks can keep rolling with that because they are still the Red Sox, no matter what their record is or anything like that. And which, by the way, I wanted to mention, I was talking about standings earlier. With the Yanks off, though, the Rays are playing the Tigers and are down 6-2 right now in the bottom of the fourth.
Go Tigers.
Yeah, that would be pretty nice. The Yanks could go ahead and pick up a half a game and knock it back down to 1-game lead. So, yeah, always like to pick up ground when you're not even playing. So,
yep.
All right, so that will do it for us this week. Thanks for joining us as always. If you joined us on the Facebook live stream, be sure to check out the Empire 161 Show's Facebook group where we share lineups and highlights and all of that good stuff that does not make the show. Check out Pop Culture Pros and popculturepros.com on Facebook there. For us on Instagram at Empire 161 Show. I wanted to keep going with the theme of you sharing out whatever the heck jargon I can come up with, but I'm drawing a complete blank right now. I got nothing. But there could be updates on Giancarlo Stanton's health because we did get some of that, so he could be back soon. What? What are you gonna say?
No, there weren't. I actually have it.
All right, so we'll see. But yeah, check us out on Instagram there at Empire161 Show. You can check us on YouTube. Subscribe to Pop Culture Pros. You can check out our shows, past, present, and future, and all the other good stuff that's on Pop Culture Pros and wherever you found your audio-only podcast.
Speaking of future, folks, we are very short future. We are 2 episodes away from our 100th episode together.
Yes.
So Empire 161 Show existed before I joined, but Eddie and I are about to hit the 100 mark together. So come celebrate with us 2 episodes from now.
I also got to find out how. I'm just kind of curious to know. On top of that, I wonder how many episodes exist. Anyway, how long have I been doing this for?
You know why? I don't know because I don't remember when you and Tim started. So.
And I should add on. Should I add Granny's Peach Tea as well? Just come up with this crazy, wacky number of how many damn times I've sat in this chair and rambled for God knows how long.
And how many shows you watched for Granny's Peach Tree?
And hours of baseball.
And hours of
baseball.
As I'm
saying, is much. I actually watch more baseball than I do even for content with Granny's, which is nuts to think about.
That is.
All right, well, we almost played through the song. Wow, that's crazy. We will see you next week. Peace. Hey,
bye, everybody.